guys, and welcome again. Today I am going to talk about a new topic, which is the balanced diet. Every parent has heard your child should be eating a balanced diet. So what is a balanced diet and how can I get a balanced diet for my child and for my family? So I am going to talk about each type of a nutrient that you should consume on a daily basis, and then I will teach you why it's important to have these nutrients in your diet. The first nutrient I'm going to talk about, which is the proteins. You all hear the proteins, we have to get a protein, but why? Proteins, they are really important in your body because they make cells growth, they increase the cell numbers in your body. So once you have more cells, it means the child is growing. Or if there is any dead or damaged tissues in your body, is going to be repaired by the term of proteins. Proteins fight infection. Proteins help in accelerating the chemical reaction in your bodies. Protein is important in carrying the oxygen to all of your body cells because there's a protein inside the blood that is inside the red blood cells specifically. It's called the hemoglobin that is responsible of carrying the oxygen to every single part of your body, to every single cell in order to breathe. Now, we understand now what is a protein and why it's important, and we have to get enough of that. Now, where can I find the protein? So here I have a kind of list of some types of food that contains the protein. So milk and yogurt is a great source of protein. You have the chickpeas, the eggs is not just the protein. It has a lot of other nutrients, but I am going to mention, since I'm talking about protein, I am just mentioning the food that is rich in protein. I have the beans, the oatmeal, the lentils, fish, meats, all types of dairy products. They're really rich in a protein. So if you are a vegetarian or a vegan and you're not eating meat, which is, I don't really recommend you have to get meat in it because the proteins that are in meat, nothing can substitute it. The second nutrient, which is a carbohydrate. Now these days the trend is to cut off the carbohydrate, the ones who are following the keto diet. Well, I have to explain that carbohydrate is the main source of energy. So 60% of your diet is based on the carbohydrate. It provides your body with energy that keeps your cells functioning. So we understand now the importance. If you're not getting enough carbohydrate, you're not going to get enough energy. So where can I find the carbohydrate? So I have, you can get like the cereals, it has carbohydrate, pasta, the bread, try to make the whole grains. This is called the rice cake. It's basically, it's really a great option for children. Breakfast or like under 5 years old, they really need carbohydrate in their breakfast so they can provide their body. Before they go to school, they need energy. So studies shown that children who regularly take their breakfast, they do better at school, and even they did studies after the lunch at school. The students who were taking their lunch that is high in carbohydrate and high in just in not in carbohydrate, all the nutrients, they will do better just in afternoon classes. So it's studies and it's approved. I need carbohydrate, but there are so many types of carbohydrates. I have the fibers as a carbohydrate, we have the starch, and we have the sugar. What do I need to focus on is to the fibers and the starch better than the glucose and the sugary substances because it has more health values to the body. For example, like bread, pasta, the grain that I showed you. Potato is a great source of starch, which is what the body needs. The other nutrient that I'm going to talk about is the fat. Fat is very important for the health. Why? Because it's a great source of energy as well, just like the carbohydrate. Another thing, it's it's in your skin, it's in your hair, it's in your brain, it's in the cell membrane of the cells. So we really need fat, but we need to get the good fat. There are like a lot of trends and a lot of studies about the fat, but there's no study shows like you cannot stop eating the fat. Fat is very important as a source of energy, and also the fat in your body, they have to regulate your body temperature. So you really should engulf the fat. Where can I find fat? Fat is in the dairy product, in meat and eggs, beans and peanuts. It's full of fat, which is the healthy fat that your body needs. So the other nutrient is the calcium. You all hear that calcium is essential for healthy bones and healthy teeth. Well, this is not the only cause why we have to get enough calcium in our diet. What you don't know that the calcium is very important in transmitting the action potential or the nerve impulse. What do I mean by the nerve impulse? It means, for example, I'm just going to give a random example. It means just in case you something poked you or you touched something hot, then in milliseconds you are going to pull back your hand. What happens in this case? There are nerves in the skin that can accept the heat or whatever it is, or the stimulation is, the trigger, then an action potential or a message is going to be transported through your nerves up to your brain. Your brain will understand what's going on. The brain will decide the action. So they're going to send the brain, and it's going to send another order through another nerve to pull back your hand. So this is called an action potential or the nerve impulse. I am just giving a random example, but it's just uncountable numbers of messages are transporting right now in my body and in your body while in every millisecond. So it's just so fast. In order for these nerve impulses to travel through your nerves, you need calcium to regulate the action potential. As well, you need the calcium for your muscles to contract, for your heart muscles to keep beating. So you should get enough calcium in your diet. Where can I find calcium? Calcium is rich in dairy products, in milk, in cheese. For example, I have here this cheese. It's very healthy and full of calcium. If you want to get it from vegetable source, the broccoli is amazing source of calcium. Broccoli is superfood. It contains fibers, vitamins, calcium, minerals. So you really have to get broccoli in your diet. Just try to get it once. I know a lot of kids, they don't like it, but we try to make it in a trendy way. We're trying to decorate the plate for them so they will get enough calcium in their diet. The other nutrient that I'm going to talk about is the iron. Remember the protein that I talked about, which is in the blood, that is responsible of carrying the oxygen? It's called the hemoglobin. And the hemoglobin, in order to be fully functioning, to work in your body, to transporting the oxygen, they should have iron in it. So we need iron in our body. How can I get iron? Iron is rich in red meats, in liver, in whole grain, like for example the beans, the chickpeas, the beans. For example, it's full, it's high in iron in them. Fish, parsley, these are the nutrients that has iron in it. The other nutrient that I'm going to talk about is the fibers. Fibers is really important to control your bowel movement, so you don't have a problem in your digestion. Plus, they make you feel full. It's very important. They are not really nutritional, but they are here to help your bowel to be working proficiently. For example, where can I find fibers? Fibers are in whole grains, fibers in broccoli as well. It contains fibers. The carrots contains fibers. The cabbage, it's most of orange, most of the fruit and vegetables, they contain fibers. The whole grain contains fibers, and a great source of fiber is the oatmeal. It's really a great source of fibers. How do you want to eat it? It's just there are so many recipes you can use the oatmeal in. For example, you just can add milk in it and some chopped fruit with it. It's amazing and very highly nutritional breakfast for you and for your family. That was for the fibers. Now I'm going to talk about the vitamins. Vitamin A has a lot of variety of purposes. For example, they're good for a grown up and a kid at the same level. Why they're important? Because they fight infections. They're good for your skin. They're good for your eyes. So you have to get vitamin A in your diet. And where are the sources of vitamin A that I should get? It's in the carrots, for example. I have some fresh carrots. It contains vitamin A. I have it in the broccoli as well. I keep on saying broccoli is a great source of every important nutrient. Vitamin A is found in spinach, in cabbage. I have a cabbage here. After we finish, we will, of course, eat them, me and my colleagues. The other nutrient, which is vitamin C. We all hear about vitamin C, but vitamin C is we don't know why we really have to keep on telling people vitamin C, vitamin C. Vitamin C is a great fighter against viral infections. It's prevent the aging of your skin. If you want to have a fair, flawless skin, just get vitamin C in your diet. Vitamin C is make your hair, your face glows, in addition to protect you from all the viral infections. How can I get vitamin C? Vitamin C is in a lot of fruit and vegetables. I have it in tomato, is high source of vitamin C. I have it in lemon, orange, pepper, my best friend as well. Broccoli contains vitamin C. That's what I remember. The list is so long. So vitamin C, just get it in your diet. So that was the 9 nutrients that I talked about. I am going to summarize them all. So the protein, carbohydrate, fat, vitamin A, vitamin C, fiber, iron, and folate. So that's if you're gonna get this in your diet on a daily basis, it means you have got a balanced diet. I didn't ignore the other vitamins that is really important for your diet, but I am focusing on the most important, highly nutritional nutrient that you should get on a daily basis. Now, if I want to know, now we understand what is the balanced diet, but what is the portion? How much should I eat from each of this? It depends. So since I'm talking about children today, I am going to mention there's something called your BMI, body mass index. You can calculate your BMI, and then you can calculate how much calories you require for your day. To keep your body functioning in a normal way, you're not going to gain weight, you're not going to lose weight, you have to keep it in balance, so you have to check your BMI. For a child, if I'm talking about the portion size of the child, most of the time it's a quarter of an adult. But I have some standard for 2 to 4 years old child. The recommended is for each 1 inch of their height, they should get like around 40 calories. So a child with 32 inches, which is like 81 centimeter in height, they should have to get between like around 1,000 calories. So the daily guidelines for girls and boys between age of 4 to 8, for girls it's around like 1,200 till 1,800 calories per day. For boys between 1,200 till 2,000 calories a day. That's it depends on how your child is active. So we should take our child to a dietitian or to a pediatric to check if he's doing well, if he's growing nicely and growing normally, or he has any problems. A lot of parents, they keep on giving their child or their children multivitamins whether they need it or not. So why would I give my child a nutrient or a multivitamins if I already have that I have it in their diet? Some vitamins, they can cause serious disasters. Some vitamins, there's something called hypervitaminosis. Some vitamins, when they're too much in your body, they will cause toxicity. Toxicity with their signs. For example, they're gonna throw up, they will have diarrhea. It might cause to death. Too much of vitamin D, because now it's being tradition, so everybody is taking vitamin D without really investigating. If you're taking too much vitamin D, you might have liver failure, you might have toxicity, so you might have serious. So we should know, do really my child needs the vitamins or they don't need the vitamins? Then I decide what kind of multivitamins that I should. But not all the multivitamins contain the vitamins that is missing in my child's body. So I need to check his blood with his physician to know what kind of vitamin, what kind of mineral that has been missing, and then I'm gonna substitute it with the multivitamins that are prescribed by the physician to substitute the missing. That's when your child missing a meal, or they have canceled a whole nutrient from their diet, like a child who never eat any fruit and vegetable for days, then definitely they are going to suffer from lack of a certain nutrient in their body. So they should get the multivitamins, but we should know what kind of multivitamins that I am going to use for my child. There are so many products out there in the stores. There's the gelatin gummies. They look cute, and the kids are not going to give you a hard time in using them because they just look like candies. These gummies, just please make sure they are out of their reach, because if they like it, they're going to keep on using it, and they think it's candies, so they will have toxicity, too much vitamin in their body. So make sure you follow the construction that is written on the bottle of the multivitamins. So that's the tips that I wanted to give you about how can we balance. Before that, I have some ideas about how can we prepare lunch boxes for our children to make sure they're gonna get what they require for nutrition. So when I send food with my child to school, I am thinking about the nutrient that his body is needed to grow. So make a balance. You know what your child had in breakfast, so what I'm gonna send with him or with her to school, make sure it contains fruit, vegetables, cheese, egg. If you just get a toast with scrambled egg on the top, it's an amazing source of all the nutrient that they need. You can get it with peanut butter that is high in protein, and the kids like it. There are so many types. Mine, I prefer the crunchy peanut butter. It's good with low sugar jam on the top on a toast. It's good. Another thing is if we can prepare the lunch box with dip, like for example hummus dip, or the kids like to dip. So if I can get like a cucumber or a carrot and I dip it in a healthy dip, this dip that I have, it's made up of parsley, cheese, olive oil. There are so many recipes of dips, and there's ready, but I prefer the ones that we do at home. You can make dips, and then they will enjoy dipping the cucumber or the carrot or even the cheese with this. So of course we don't want to get a lot of sugar. This is made of cheese, parsley, and olive oil, and some garlic with it. Hummus is hummus. You know, everybody knows it. It's a great source of dip for highly nutrition, protein, and a lot of vitamins and minerals. So make it cool, make it fun. Strawberry is amazing, as we can dip as well with the strawberry. I have some pictures of pancakes that we can make shapes of teddy bear or nice faces, so they will love to eat it. And they will show them each other, they compete with each other who's finished his or her breakfast faster than the other. Then you got your goal, you got the nutrients that you want for your child. So I think that's it. I have a lot of information, and I wish I have more time to share with you, but please have the passion of reading and sourcing out the information that I told you about, and always try to make your home, your family, high nutrition, so you will have a happy life. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you next. Thank you.